The Zestimate. Is there a more hated word we hear in the real estate industry? Can we hear anything different from our clients? Love them or hate them, Zillow has definitely changed the real estate industry. Hi, I'm Kevin Kostoff with Derek Handley, and we are Kostoff and Company at Nova Home Loans, providing you with current mortgage lending news to stay on top of the industry.
We also like to bring in some additional topics, trends that are happening in the industry, like Zestimate.
Barbara Anderson, a Glenville, Illinois real estate attorney, is suing Zillow because she believes the Zestimate is the cause for her home to not be selling as quickly as she would like. You see, she has her home listed for $626,000, but the Zestimate suggests her value is closer to $555,000. Zillow clearly states in their Zestimates that they're not appraisals, but Anderson believes that the Zestimate is giving potential buyers the perception that they would be overpaying if they bought her home.
Anderson is not asking for any money. She's asking Zillow to make their Zestimate more accurate or pull it from their site altogether. Zillow has declined to remove the home from their site and has not made any adjustments for the valuation of their model. For their part, Zillow says they haven't even seen any of her complaints. Ms. Anderson, on the other hand, begs to differ, suggesting that their legal department has copies of all of her complaints.
Zillow brags that their Zestimates come in 5% of the eventual sales price 47% of the time.
They're within 5%, 47% of the time.
They're work 60% of the time, 100% of the time. We may have heard that somewhere else. Anyway, so they also brag that they're within 20% of the sales price 86% of the time.
So that means 14% of the time, they're not even close.
But hey, if this were baseball, they'd be running a heck of a good batting average.
No kidding. Zillow has not escaped the attention of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. But with the end of the Director Cordray's tenure around the corner, the CFPB has stated they are focused on enforcing, not rulemaking. While this may be their stated reason, they also are aware that congressional rules and act allow Congress to block the CFPB rulemaking. And with the current presidential administration being so anti-regulation, it would just create waves in a year that Director Cordray wants to just wrap things up neatly before he heads off to Ohio to take his much rumored run for governor.
Well, this doesn't mean that the CFPB isn't doing anything. Quite the contrary. So far this year, they've had 21 enforcement actions, which is the most they've ever had year to date. This has them on track for their record year. And recently, Zillow received a letter that no one wants to receive called the Notice of Opportunity to Respond and Advise, or NORA. The NORA letter states that CFPB isn't really thinking that they need to take any actions, but there are several reasons why they're probably not going to. First, the CFPB and Zillow have shared analytics and have a great working relationship. You don't really tick off your friends. Second, Zillow has been changing the structure of how realtors and lenders pay for their services, trying to stay within the RESPA guidelines. There's arguments back and forth as to whether or not they do, but they are working with them. And as stated earlier, Director Cordray is nearing the end of his term as CFPB director and knows any Zillow action would result in a long, drawn-out court battle. He wants to wrap this up neat and tidy.
Well, love them or hate them, Zillow has forever changed the real estate market and how it's bought and sold. At the start of this video, we outlined Ms. Anderson's headaches in Chicago, Illinois. Well, Kevin personally experienced the Zillow Zestimate inaccuracy when he and his wife decided to sell a little investment property they had next to their subdivision of their primary residence. The investment property was about half the size of their current home, nowhere near the finishes. They were extremely different properties, and to say the least, but only about a few hundred yards away from each other as the crow flies.
When we listed the investment property for sale, we received an email from Zillow letting us know the value of our primary residence had dropped, wait for it, $250,000 due to a recent listing in our area.
Who doesn't love that?
That's definitely a gut punch.
Technology is a major part of our industry and will be even more so in the future, but not without growing pains. As with any other technology, it is only as good as the input. Denver's MLS is doing some real innovative changes, and we would encourage you to take the MLS update class if you haven't done so in the past year or so, as they've got some cool changes coming out to put them in the forefront of the real estate technology.
Stay tuned. I'm sure this topic will emerge even more hot. We keep hearing all kinds of folks talking about how their Zillow leads are RESPA compliant or not. It's hard because the RESPA piece of it talks about how whether or not any type of funds or any type of compensation is exchanged for leads. Well, why are you helping someone do this if you're not expecting future leads? Well, it's all going to work out in the end, I'm sure. But for now, just want to say thanks for watching our video. Hope this information has helped you. Please help subscribe to our videos just like this one to keep you up to date with the mortgage lending news.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. All of our information is listed below. Until next time, this is Kevin and Derek, checking out.